Keir Starmer's Labour government is facing a political storm, and at the centre of it all is Chancellor Rachel Reeves. As she prepares for her first ever budget, the heat is on, and it's not just the usual opposition from the Conservatives. Reeves is getting flack from her own side as well. The leaks suggest this isn't going smoothly. So, what's going on? Why are Labour insiders and opposition figures alike taking aim at her economic strategy? Let's break it down. Before we dive into the details, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a political breakdown. Now, back to the action. So what's causing all this noise? Well, Reeves is being hit from all sides. Ministers in her own party are fuming over potential budget cuts that could hit public services hard. On the other side, Conservatives are accusing her of breaking Labour's manifesto promise not to raise national insurance for employers. Her dilemma is one we've seen before. How do you balance the books without returning to austerity? Reeves promised that austerity wouldn't come back under Labour, but her fiscal plans seem to point to either tax hikes or sneaky cuts to key government departments. The big problem is that she's facing a funding gap, a whopping £25 billion that needs to be found each year, according to experts at the Institute for Fiscal Studies, IFS. That's no small change. But here's where it gets tricky. Reeves hasn't laid out a clear strategy for dealing with this shortfall. While the economy is picking up, the pandemic left a lasting impact, shrinking the workforce and leaving little wiggle room for government spending. So, is she going to raise taxes? If so, will it be the wealthy who foot the bill, or will it hit everyday workers and businesses? And even beyond taxation, there's a bigger question. Can Reeves really avoid making cuts to essential services? If her fiscal rules hold tight, it might be inevitable. One suggestion that's been floated is to adjust those fiscal rules, giving Reeves more freedom to spend, especially when it comes to long-term investments like infrastructure. But even then, the IFS says she'll still face a huge gap. So what's the solution? There's another option that's causing waves. Reeves could choose to exclude certain transfers between the government and the Bank of England from her deficit targets, freeing up an extra £7 billion for day-to-day spending. But if she tweaks the rules to suit her political needs, what value do those rules even have? Critics are already circling. Economists like Judith Chadha are proposing a different way forward. Instead of relying on fiscal rules that are easily broken, Chadha argues for greater transparency. He suggests the Treasury should publish a detailed report showing how the government's decisions are impacting national income. Imagine a state of the economy address that could track progress or failure in real time. This would hold the Chancellor accountable not just to forecasts that are often wrong, but to actual economic outcomes. And let's be honest, with the UK facing pressures like an ageing population and the urgent need for climate action, maybe it's time for a fresh approach. Rachel Reeves is standing at a crossroads. With mounting pressure from both sides, the decisions she makes in the coming weeks will shape the future of Labour's government and the country. The big question is, will she dig herself deeper into the hole, or will she find a way to climb out? Let us know in the comments. What do you think about Reeves's budget strategy? Is she on the right track, or are we headed for disaster? Don't forget to subscribe for more political deep dives and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest.